Welcome to Crawl on Cars. Thank you for tuning in. In this episode, we're going to be fitting some braided performance brake lines to the Subaru Impreza. We're also going to be fitting them to brake lines that have seized whenever you use your special brake line spanner to get the nut off, and the nut doesn't come off because it's been on there for 27 years and it seizes up and then you're screwed. So we're going to be reflaring some brake lines as well as fitting these new braided brake hoses. So let's get into it. I hope these videos are helping you out on your car, whether it's an Impreza or another car, if you've come across the same problems or just want to know how to fit parts to your car. I have been meaning to get this car dynoed. Thank you for sticking with the series. I hope you've been enjoying it. Please like and subscribe if you have. I've been meaning to get this car back on the dyno, but I need a new center section exhaust ordering in. I've got the back box. I need to upgrade to a 3-inch exhaust to get the most out of the engine due to unforeseen consequences. And if you see my latest episode about the turbo and oil problems, as well as time and budget issues, I was hoping to get it done this year, but it hasn't happened. So early next year, I'm hoping to get it back to Duncan and Race Dynamics and get it back on the dyno for you guys and see if we can get this to 400 plus brake horsepower. So this is the nut in question. It's completely seized on, as you can tell. I even tried a hacksaw through the nut, but that didn't work. So yeah, completely seized on the brake line. So I had to cut it on both sides. This one got cut at the top, but you can actually cut the brake line just below it. But yeah, it just needed to be sawn off, and that's what it should look like. And this is what we're going to be repairing it to. So there'll be a new brake line nut, a new double flare, and that will screw into the new brake line, which is going to be braided. Okay, one slider. Need to upgrade these brakes as well, but we've got one old brake line and we've also got one stuck. So this is the brake pipe spanner that I was talking about. Something with 12 teeth is ideal, stops it slipping, though if something's so stuck, no matter how much WD-40 you get on it, it will just not budge. And you get, and it just burrs and slips, and yeah, nothing. So then you end up with a rounded nut. Every car mechanic's favourite problem. So the plan is to actually chop this off with a hacksaw underneath here, because you need to get this line out, and it won't come out if this big nut is still here on the brake line. This is what's supposed to detach. So yeah, so we need to chop that off, pull that out, and then the rest should come off. So I'm going to break out the hacksaw. First we need to remove this little tab that holds in the line. So then you get WD-40 on this, pliers, Now you may have noticed a lot of brake fluid leaking out of the pipe, which is expected because obviously it's going to gravity drain while we've sliced through that pipe with a hacksaw. So a good little tip to stop that draining away is to actually press your brake pedal, which is obviously going to squirt a load of brake fluid out of that pipe that we've just done. Get some sort of bar, put it on the pedal, and just wedge it against the seat like this. That way you can maintain pressure, obviously make sure it's nice and secure, but you can maintain pressure on the brake pedal. It goes up against that seat quite nicely and just sits into the cushion. But you can maintain pressure on the brake pedal and that will stop your fluid leaking out of your brake system. Don't forget to disconnect your battery as well, otherwise you will drain your battery double time, with the brake lights obviously constantly being on. So that has now stopped the leaking, so we're good to carry on. Next we're going to remove the old brake line and then we're going to straighten out the pipe ready to reflare it. There should be two washers in there as well, so make sure you get the other washer. There's one seized nut. Next step is to straighten out the pipe so we can reflare it. So you're going to need a pair of pipe bending pliers. You want ones that are it's about 4.6 millimeters, which is I'll have to put that on in inches because I forgot what it is, but whatever that is in inches. Need to get it straight enough so we can get a new nut on. Need to get off some of this protective layer, this rubber layer. We need to make enough room to put this new nut on here. This is part of the flaring tool, so we're going to need enough room for the flaring tool, which needs to go to about here where the line is. That's where the line needs to go in so we can flare it, plus the length of the nut, which is about here. What I'm gonna do is actually use the flaring tool to straighten out this pipe because it's got a nice little clamping bit in the middle. I'm just going to clamp these together so the pipe is straight, because at the moment it is proving difficult to straighten out. And then if this can slide up straight, then you know another one will. Perfect. There we go. I'm going to file the old brake pipe down first, just to get it nice and smooth, especially for the flaring tool. You want it nice and flat. Now what you need is a deburring tool. I don't have one of those, so I'm just going to use this pin. It's not the best, but I'm just going to hack it and just try and get rid of any debris and sharp bits of metal after the filing. So yeah, deburr the pipe. Very important to put the new nut on first, otherwise you're not going to be able to get the nut on after you've flared it. The whole point of the flaring is to keep the nut on. So some dust to get this on, keep it at the top. Now it's time to flare. So we have our flaring tool. We're on a tool that does double flares, so this one will do a double flare. Got a little handle. This obviously goes on the pipe. So the pipe goes in the top, the flaring tool goes in the bottom, and then you just twist it in with a spanner, putting on some grease, and that's pretty much it. So let's go through that process now. Handle on the flaring tool, screw that on. Let's get our little stop The stop goes in the end of this, which is where the tool will go. That will just position exactly where the line goes. The brake pipe, sorry, it should stop at this line here. As you can see, it goes along here, and the stopping tool goes into there. So yeah, so you want one that does 3/16, if you can see that, 3/16 or 4.75 millimeters. Right. Here is the flaring tool. So you want to do concave first. So this one is first, and the other one is second. So that punches the hole. So this one first, this one second. So take some punch grease, special punch grease. Do not eat. If any mechanics out there are hungry and want it, and this looks appetizing to you, don't eat it. So concave first, so I'll just dip that into the grease. A decent amount on there. Wind this in, basically until it stops. Get the tool in the end, and you want to tighten it all the way to the end. So you're going to need a spanner, because that's what does the flaring. So do it as much as you can with your finger. And take it off. Now, second part, top bit, this one. Get that special grease on. So the flare we're doing here is a double flare, so that's what most brake lines require and what Subaru requires. Same again, this one shouldn't go in as far, but same process. And that is your double flare done. This is the importance of putting the knot on beforehand, so that it actually goes onto the double flare. Otherwise you're really screwed. So there it is, it's a double flare, that's what it looks like, that's the nut. Next step, put the brake line on. Brake line bending pliers. Okay, seem to have hit a problem, a snapped pipe. Perfect. After all that work. This didn't happen on the other one. I was worried this might happen, but it didn't happen on the other one. So, that's annoying. Okay, be careful when you're bending the lines. Don't do what I've just done and snap them. So with the power of editing, I've just reflared, I've cut the line and reflared another end of the line, so we can get back to bending the line again. So let's hope that I don't mess it up again. Will come in like this. This will sit here. It normally does turn, but this bracket stops it. Now take your special brake line spanner, 10 millimeters. Right. Get this new braided brake line in place. This side needs to have some flex because the suspension is going to be going up and down. This side of the holder here, the little grommet, needs to stay still. So this side flexes, this side stays still. There shouldn't be any torsion in the line, so you want to make sure it's not twisted. So help provide all the fittings. We've got a new banjo bolt and a new washer to go on. Torque that up afterwards. Just get it in so it's snug. There we go. Right, now we need to torque the banjo bolt to 32 Newton meters. Perfect. All done. New braided lines on. Okay, all done. Now all that's left to do is bleed the brakes, connect the battery, and we should be all done. So there we have it, how to fit Hell braided brake lines to a Subaru Impreza, and how to reflare your brake lines if your brake line nut has become seized or stuck or burred or rounded off. So yeah, that's how you get it off. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and please add comments below if you'd like to see me work on something else or if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.